Oh, sorry. Oh, wait, this is 4. Whoops. Oh. Whoops. Ah. Okay. Okay. Hi. It's all right. Oh, I've got like all this stuff. Do you want to wait out here or?
Oh, no, I think he's ready. Let me
Oh.
know. Do you want to hang up your coat?
I just put it up the chair.
Okay. Let me just let him know. Oops,
That's all right.
Stuff is here. Are you ready? All right, come on in.
Thanks. How you doing?
I know.
Do you mind if I use one of your coasters so I don't put a ring on your desk? Thank you very much.
You're welcome. How are you?
Well, things could be better.
What can make them better?
Resolution to the things that I'm dealing with here and the end of being harassed by DPS for one.
Well, let's talk about all that.
Yeah, sure.
Well, thanks for coming in.
You're welcome. Sorry, I got all my stuff here.
Okay, just get it organized.
Good deal. Sure.
Okay.
I got paper. There's this. Just came from breakfast. Took a long time for me to, like, fix up my breakfast, so I'm kind of a little bit behind the power curve. Forgive me.
Right.
Sure. Kind of got a few things printed out here. How was your trip?
Well, I've had trips. Been traveling all over the place. Good.
Oh, everything was safe, I take it?
It was.
Good to know.
I do have my own specific agenda as well for the meeting, so.
Sure. What is that agenda, if I can ask?
Sure. I'm going to walk you through it, okay? All right. I've written a letter just captures our conversation today. So I'm going to get that to you. You don't have to open it up. I'm going to talk to you through it. You can read it later if you want.
This
meeting is more than anything else about how I want you to succeed at Syracuse University.
I want to succeed here, too.
Yeah, good. Well, then we agree.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to make sure that you understand that you are not formally in trouble, and that's not why I've called you.
I haven't done anything to be in trouble.
Yeah. I just need for you to acknowledge what I just said.
Sure.
You are not formally in trouble.
Right.
But when you said it that way, it's sort of contentious. I'm not trying to be contentious here, all right? We need to start a different tone, all right? Jeff, look at me. We need to start in a different way. All right. I'm going to walk you through. I've got a copy of this letter here. That's yours. I just wanted to be clear. I'm just saying you are not formally in trouble here, so I want to start with that understanding. I want to be really clear.
Well, you understand my defensiveness after being verbally harassed and borderline physically harassed in DPS's office.
I'm not going to argue that point with you. I disagree, but I'm not going to argue that point with you.
Well, if you disagree, then obviously you've already argued that point, Mr. Wolf.
Well, Jeff, we're going to start this conversation again.
Okay, fine.
This is not to be argumentative. This is about how I want you to succeed in this place.
I want to succeed here. Indeed, being harassed throughout this entire semester has definitely undermined my ability to even focus on my studies.
Okay.
I do not appreciate institutionalized motivational bias in this university that makes not only me but other Republican or right-wing students, both undergrad and grad, indeed right-wing professors here uncomfortable.
We're not talking about we're not going to talk about your ideology today either.
I'm not talking about ideology. I'm talking about bias here, which is...
I'm not going to talk about bias today either. I'm going to talk about behavior. That's what we're talking about.
What behavior is
Let
that?
me just finish my comment. You are not formally in trouble here, but I am troubled by what I am hearing and the trend it seems to be taking.
What are you hearing and what are the trends?
I'm concerned about it. We'll get there. So I wanted this meeting to clarify that and present how I hope that you will the matter is, Jeff, whether you want to own this or not, the truth of the matter is, you scare people.
That's your interpretation, sir. That is, I would contend, an extremely mischaracterization of who I am.
Fine. You're just going to have to take it this way. You're going to have to listen to me. Because you are scaring people.
How am I scaring people?
You are intimidating.
How?
Aggressive.
How?
You seek people out, and you're labeling them, and you are scaring them. It doesn't matter, Jeff.
How is seeking people out in a professional manner?
This isn't a debate, and this isn't going to be much of a conversation, I can tell. Now,
Well, Mr. Wolf, you're sitting there and trying to set up the conversation in such a manner that some kind of interpretation as to my professional behavior here on campus, which is above and beyond even the minimum standard of professional behavior, can be misconstrued as threatening. Going and talking to somebody in their office, which is my right as illustrated by Syracuse University Code of Conduct for both students, faculty, and otherwise, that's not threatening. Criticizing how a department is run, which is my right as a student, is not threatening.
It's not that you can't criticize, it is how you criticize.
How did I criticize that? Okay, so how is it?
It is
What is
how.
the methodology?
We're talking about the how here, not your right to criticize. Of course you have a right to criticize. Of course you have a right to critique. And of course you have a right to make your opinions known. That is your right, and I'm defending that right. So I don't want to hear any more of that from you. I am sitting here holding you into this institution right now. Do you understand what I'm doing? I am holding you into this institution. But I also want to make it particularly clear, my turn, particularly clear, sir, that you are scaring people, and that is not acceptable. You walked out on a meeting at DPS when they were trying to make it particularly clear how a boundary that they have every right to set around somebody who is afraid of you. That is not okay with me.
That person sat there and mischaracterized and falsified reports
You walked
to
out of the
DPS.
meeting, Jeff.
I walked out of the meeting after I was interrupted twice. That individual took an
We're not
offensive
going to
tone
debate
to me,
this. We're not going to
and
debate
that's why.
this. The issue that you don't seem to get clear about is
What am I not getting clear?
you are not getting clear, and nor are you owning the fact that when you do your criticism or when you do exercise your right to say your opinion, that you shut people down and that you intimidate them.
How? Give me an example. How am I doing that?
You're aggressive. We're not going to debate that.
Well, no, you're sitting there and,
People were reporting
you
to me all over the place about this. Now, look.
Well, then I have the right to sit there and understand what those charges are. What exactly am I doing?
I'm trying to take the positive road here, so we're going to go there. The positive road is this. And I want to be very particularly clear about Tiffany Stienwert. I want to be very clear about her.
Mm-hmm.
But I also want to talk to you about the code of conduct. And
Sure.
when you make somebody feel threatened and afraid, that is borderline for, as far as I'm concerned, judicial action.
I've done nothing that could even be misconstrued as a
I want to be particularly clear that we are clear where that line is. And I want you to live inside.
Sure, you tell me where that line is.
You can read the student code of conduct.
I have it right here in front of me,
Very
sir,
good.
and I've read it in detail.
Sections 1, 2, and 3.
Sure.
You read that. Don't read it now. We're going to continue this. As for Tiffany Stienwert,
I have not violated 1, 2, or 3 of the student conduct, sir.
Jeff, I'm not debating this with you. I'm just pointing it out to you where it belongs. I didn't say you had.
Oh, okay.
Did you say I had? Did I say you had?
Okay.
Did I say you had?
Okay.
Answer my question. Did I say you had?
That's the logic. That is the logic of this conversation. You
Did
just
I
have to
say you
somebody
had?
feels threatened by me, which is covered in 1, 2, and 3.
I'm just reminding you where the boundary is.
Oh, okay.
And I'm asking you to live inside that boundary.
I indeed have, and I will continue to live inside that boundary. I have in the
part
past.
Part of that boundary now is that you will have nothing to do with Dean Steinway. Nothing to do with her. It's outlined in the letter about what that looks like. You will not visit her in her office. You will not. You can attend things in Hendricks Chapel. That is your right. But you will not contact her. You will not have anything to do with her whatsoever. You will never speak to her again. And you will never go in her suite of offices again. That's
To her mental health safety, you never sat there and advised that my conduct to Dean Tiffany Stienwert this semester has been threatening to her mental health and safety. I was not endured. No, this isn't true either.
Well, you can argue it any way you want to argue.
It won't be me, it'll be my lawyer that argues.
Well, that will just have to be the way it is.
That is the way it is.
Now let's go to the positive. I want you to succeed in this place.
Well, it's kind of hard, Mr. Wolf, when I'm constantly harassed by DPS. I'm asked to sit there and meet with the captain of DPS, which I didn't have to do, except for because I have respect for the rules, as outlined in the student code of conduct, and my deep respect for police officers. Met with that individual
And where
3
we're going
times.
to disagree is, where we're going to disagree, Jeff, where we are completely going to disagree, and I'm not going to protect you from my disagreement from you at all.
I don't want you to protect me from your disagreement.
Where we're going to disagree is, your affect is scary.
My affect is scary? I've asked people to explain this. How is going to somebody's office?
You don't even ask. You want it.
I didn't ask. I went to her office and set up an appointment. How is that not asking? How is that not asking? Did I swear at her? No. Did I raise my voice at her? No. Did I sit there and put my November 11th?
Yeah.
I walked home. I didn't even meet her on November 11th. November 11th? I mean, September 11th? Oh, Veterans Day. I walked up.
Is it not?
Forgive me. November 11th, I walked up to her outside of Hendricks Chapel and said in a very professional tone, "Hello, Miss Steinberg. I just wanted to..." Steinwert.
Right.
Hello, Dean Steinberg is what I said. I must have mispronounced her name, and it wasn't done intentionally. I just wanted to share with you the fact that I don't appreciate that now you've taken a second opportunity to use an issue of national importance, which is Veterans Day, or an event of national significance, as a personal platform to push a particular worldview. Have a nice day. And then I walked away. I did not raise my voice. I did not cuss. I did not put my fingers in her face like the corporal DPS did to me, which indeed is illegal above and beyond here. It's illegal, period. You can't do that. And he did that in front of his commanders. So no, I have not been threatening. Criticizing somebody for their misuse of something, or that's why they have an office there. Now, you have an individual who sits there and takes it upon herself to somehow insulate herself from said criticism, which it is my right to do. You yourself admitted, by trying to sit there and characterize it as, I feel threatened, or I feel uncomfortable. Well, I feel uncomfortable with the fact that she's using Veterans Day to push her worldview. I have not sat there and threatened anybody with physical harm. I didn't raise my voice. I don't cuss. I make sure to stay 3 feet away, because if you're within 3 feet, that definitely can be construed as a offensive physical posture. Don't wave my hands around. I was calm and I walked away. That is not threatening at all. You have an individual who is cruel and vicious and thinks that somehow she is beyond reproach. That I find to be not only detestable on a personal level, is intellectually dishonest. I don't appreciate that. I've defended left-wing students if it was a right-wing professor in one of my classes, the few right-wing professors that are here, for their right to speak up. My point is, I want it applied equally. I'm tired of hearing undergrad Republican students or conservative students saying that they don't feel comfortable saying what they believe because they feel intimidated by this institution. I'm tired of graduate students saying it. There are professors here, the few that are right-wing here, that have said that to me.
It's not about right-wing anything.
My point is
you
this.
And your behavior.
Now, my behavior has been extremely professional, Mr. Wolf.
This outlines, then fine. If you think it's been out, then this outlines it, and this shows you where the line is.
No, this attempts to mischaracterize what I said.
Well, this is what I'm offering, and that's all I'm offering, and this is what it's going to be, because this outlines where the boundary is. This outlines, it maps it to the student code of conduct, which you agreed to when you enrolled in this institution, and by the fact that you're taking courses here, this is what...
I haven't violated that. I haven't violated the student code of conduct.
I'm just reminding you of what it is.
Well, you can't redefine...
Just stop talking for a moment.
Go ahead.
Don't be disrespectful.
I'm not being disrespectful.
Yes,
you
you
sat
are.
there and had it.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not
You
being
just smirked
disrespectful.
at me and laughed at me.
I didn't smack.
I haven't laughed at you once, and I'm taking you very seriously right now. So you honor that, or this is done, and that will be a problem for you.
Why would it? Oh, it's going to be a problem for me?
Yes.
In what sense?
Because I'm trying to communicate to you something very important.
Well,
Very important is this.
what?
This is the boundary. This is the code of conduct, and this is the expectation.
I'm full aware of the code of conduct.
This is for you to succeed, and that's the message today. It's not to debate right-wing bias in the institution. It's not to debate anything, and it is to inform you that I'm seeing a trend where your behavior And you can talk about all the things that motivate you to act out because...
Oh, I don't act out. That's your
because of bias.
mischaracterization of my behavior.
You're talking about bias against you is motivating you to speak louder. Okay, fine.
Which is my right to do. Here.
That's what you think. I'm saying
Really?
speaking out is fine. Anything more than that is not okay. And this conversation is about to close with you taking this notification. That's what I'm saying.
So basically what this is your attempt to sit there and insulate the institution by handing me a letter that mischaracterizes what I did. I don't accept the interpretation of this letter at all.
I don't expect you to accept it. I expect you to take it, and I expect you to be duly informed. And that's
Right, that's what this meeting is about. Sure.
Yeah, actually it is.
Right, because you're trying to insulate the institution.
Not trying to
Yeah, it is.
insulate
Yeah, it
yourself.
is. Yes, it
And
is.
I'm not even going to argue that point with you, Jeff.
Mr. Wolf, I find it very hard to believe you at all. I mean, the simple fact is, the prior conversation we had here for an hour. Well, yeah, it is, because you're the one talking to me. You're the one trying to sit there and tell me I'm supposed to listen to you. I did listen to you. I listened to you when we talked for an hour last time. We came to a mutual consensus, and I offered an alternative means to resolve this issue, which I would contend, and that alternative means was what? You said, oh, I can see it in my mind, all three of us, me, you, and Dean Stienwert, sitting down and discussing this. I was like, okay, fine. And then, arbitrarily, choose to not honor that agreement, and then not even contact me till 3 weeks later, and that's only because I came in this office because another left-wing professor thought it was appropriate to interject herself in a conversation between me and my microeconomics professor with a very curt, rude, and dismissive comment, telling me and him that we need to go get a room before we get run over. I mean, are you kidding? Please. I don't believe you. Indeed, when you talked to me, that phone call conversation, you remember what you said to me? What you said is, you didn't say, tell me you did or did not say this. You're probably not going to believe me. Right. Usually when people say something like that, it means that, okay, when people usually say things like that, at some level they know what they did lacks credibility.
This is the issue, Jeff.
No, my issue is this.
The information is in front of you. If you choose to use it.
Oh, I will. I will use this legally.
And whether, if you have to do that, you have to do that.
I definitely have to, obviously. I mean, I was harassed by DPS.
Jeff, you do what you have to do.
That's right. I am going to do what I have to do.
You are.
And it isn't for me, Mr. Wolf.
This is informed. This is information.
Right. It's the institution is trying to insulate itself. I got it. I understand.
This is information of the institution using its policies and procedures as it does for every human being here.
Really? What about
We're not
what about the corporal DPS?
I would ask for you to reflect on this as information.
I will, believe me, and so will my lawyer.
And know where that is, and know that the trend cannot continue this way.
There is no trend.
And you can say whatever you want to say.
Right. You can try to characterize this as me being
You have
disruptive.
the information.
No, I have a letter from this institution handed to me by you that mischaracterizes the things that have gone on this semester. That you did do. This is not accurate.
This is information.
No, it's not information. This is a farce. This is a farce,
Well,
and it
call it whatever you need to
mischaracterizes
call it.
exactly what is going on here. It doesn't.
You just call it
Please.
whatever you need to
It's
call
a farce.
You call it whatever you need to
Right.
call it. You know where it is. You know what the expectation is, and that's all I care about.
I expect to not be
I do
harassed.
care. Actually, I do care more. Actually, if you want to know the truth, I do care more. I want you to succeed here. You aren't letting me express that, but I do want you to
Mr.
succeed
Wolf,
here.
I sat there and came up with an alternative solution with you for
And I
an
didn't
hour.
think it was going to make it. I made a judgment call, and it was my call, and I
Why
stand
wouldn't you
behind my
call me and signify? Why wouldn't you even inform me as to
Because it
that
took me a
reversal?
while to reflect on it, Jeff. Sometimes you don't make decisions overnight. And I took some time to reflect on what was the best course of action, and I had a lot of travel. I'm not justifying anything to you right now. I took a course of action. I notified you, and
You notified me after I came to this office
I'm
for the
not
second
debating
time.
this with you. You have the information, Jeff.
Oh, I
This
do,
is it.
and I will use it legally. Believe me.
And you do what you need to do.
I will.
The point is, you know that I want to say the last words, and that is, I want you to succeed at this institution. You don't have to like me or anything, but do I want you to succeed? Yes, I want you to succeed. That's the end of this conversation.
I just want one more clarification. Holding me in the institution means what? What does that
Holding you
mean?
in this institution is meaning I'm wanting you to succeed. That's exactly what it means. My job
You
is
said I'm the one holding you into this institution, and if I don't, and if you do X, Y, and Z.
You're talking to me right now. All I'm saying is I want you to succeed here. That's exactly what I'm talking about. This is the heart of this whole thing, Jeff. The heart of this is about having you succeed. You don't seem to understand that you are intimidating. You don't want to understand that.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
I'm not going to debate it with you. I just know what I hear.
Well, that's hearsay. I mean, that's hearsay.
Well, it's more than hearsay.
Oh, it's hearsay? What proof do they have?
But nobody's...
What have I done?
But the point is, Jeff, you're missing an opportunity here. And
I'm not trying to miss an opportunity, Mr. Wolf.
I know you. I know you believe that, but that's...
It's not I believe that. I mean, I got called in DPS 5 times. I didn't yell. I didn't threaten anybody.
It doesn't just happen. And so, you know...
That just didn't happen what? Did I or did I not get called into DPS 5 times? Yes or no?
I don't know the number, but yes.
I've got called multiple times to DPS.
You've been contacted by DPS. I know
That's
that you
right.
have.
And I indeed
And
acquiesced to
they're
talk to
doing
them.
their job.
Oh, I respect that. Did I not extend the courtesy
And
to
they're
them?
doing their job.
Right.
And I'm doing my job. But my job is to hold you into this institution so you succeed. And nobody's done it for you. Nobody,
Well,
even though you seem to think that is true. We want you to succeed. I want you to succeed. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. As an agent of this institution, having responsibility for student affairs, my job is to hold you into this institution. If you choose to act otherwise and we can't do that, that's your choice.
I'm not acting otherwise. I've acted in
That's
kind.
your choice. That's the bottom line. It's your choice.
I've acted with
You
that.
have information. You have my concerns on paper. You know where the boundary
No.
is. That's
I have a mischaracterization of
and
what's
you know
going
where my
on.
heart is and all of that.
Well, that's what you've expressed now.
That's right. That's exactly right.
That's not what your actions show, though.
Okay, Jeff.
Have a nice day, sir.
You too.
When I want a lawyer to contact you, they contact your secretary, yes?
4263.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, sir.
315.
Thank you very much.